Good morning students, welcome you all to this session. Today's class we are going to continue exercise 4.4. You can take page number 91 in your NCERT textbook. In last class what we have discussed? We have discussed how to frame an equation from the given statement and how to solve that particular equation. Most probably there are two types of solving an equation. One is balancing method and another is your transposing method. But we'll usually use the transposing method to solve an equation. So in the second problem also the same way we are going to frame the equation from the given statement, then we are going to solve it. Okay, I hope you all have taken page number 91 children, and you can refer your textbooks for the question. What is the second problem children in that A subdivision? In second problem we are just want to solve the following. Solve means what? We should find the solution for that given question, right? Just how you will find the solution? If you find the equation only, we can find the solution for that particular problem, right? So A option, the teacher tells the class that the highest mark obtained by a student in her class is twice the lowest mark plus 7. What the teacher is saying, highest mark obtained in her class is, highest na, I took it as a H. Okay, obtained by a student in her class is twice the lowest mark. Twice the lowest means 2L. Twice the lowest mark plus 7. Okay, so this is what your equation. The highest mark is 87. What they have given children? They have given the highest mark. So instead of H, what can I write it? I can write 87 equal to 2L plus 7. Okay, you should find what is the lowest score. So we should find this L. Okay, what they are saying children, highest marks is twice the lowest mark plus 7. Now I am going to frame the solution for that particular question. Okay, in this what you have to find? You should find what is the lowest score. So if you find the lowest score, then that will be the solution for this question, correct? So we don't know what is the lowest score, right? So I am going to take that lowest score as some variable. Okay, in this situation which you don't know, you should take it as a variable. Okay, that you should find it. So that will be your solution. Okay, so here I don't know the lowest score, so I have to find the lowest score. So I'm going to take that lowest score as a variable. So let the lowest score be L. I am going to take that lowest score as L. Okay, now by using this L, I am going to frame the equation by using this given statement. Yes, so what they said, by the given statement, or you can give a small explanation for everything and you can write it, or you can directly write by the given statement. I am going to write what is our, by the given statement, what will be our equation? By the given statement, the equation be highest score, which is equal to 87, is equal to 2L plus 7, which is highest mark is equal to twice the lowest mark plus 7. Okay, I have taken that lowest mark as small letter L. Okay, here I have written capital letter L, but here I have mentioned that lowest score as L. That's why I am writing here as L, which is highest value. Highest mark is twice the lowest mark plus 7 children. Highest mark I know that as 87. Lowest mark I have taken at small letter L. So 87 is equal to 2 into small letter L plus 7. Now what you have to find? you should find the value of L, right? So which is your lowest score. So what shall we do now? I told you, when first of all you should find the value of L, you should bring this plus and minus towards the next side. So 87 minus 7 is equal to 2L. Why minus 7? Because plus 7 going that side, it becomes minus 7. So 87 minus 7 is what? 80 equal to 2L. Now I want the value of L. So what shall we do? I am bringing this 2 towards next side, which is actually a multiplication here. If it go that side, it becomes a division. So 80 divided by 2 is equal to L. 2 ones are 2, 2 40s are 80. So 40 equal to L, or you can write L is equal to 40. Okay, 40 equal to L, or L is equal to 40. So what is our lowest score, children? Let the lowest score be 40 or 40 marks. Okay, you should write like this. Okay, children, you don't stop till this. If you are writing like this only, it is an apt answer, because L is what? We don't know what is meant by L. L is nothing but here the lowest score. So I am writing the lowest score be 40 mark. This is very therefore, children, not let. Okay, therefore the lowest score is 40 mark. This is how you should explain the problem. Next is your B problem. Okay, now they have given one situation. We are going to frame the equation from this situation, and we are going to solve the answer, solve that equation. Okay, in an isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle means what? Two sides of a triangle will be equal and the third side will be unequal, right? Only two sides of the triangle will be equal, and in that isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. Base angles means what? These two are base angles. Okay, so base angles are equal. This angle and these angle are equal. If it is 40 degree, this is also 40 degree. If it is 60 degree, this is also 60 degree. That is a hint in this. Okay, the vertex angle is 40 degree. What is your vertex angle? This is your vertex angle. Always base means down angles. Okay, base means usually we'll say base foundation. Base foundation is when you're constructing a home, the base is very important, right? So likewise this base angle is nothing but the down two angles are base angles, and these two angles are equal. Next, vertex angle is the top angle, which is 40 degree. What are the base angles of the triangle? We have to find the base angles of a triangle. I know what is a vertex angle. I have to find what are the base angles. If it is A, this is also A, right? If this is X, then this is also X degree. This is Y, this is also Y. I have taken that as AA. Okay, because both the angles are same. So I know what is hint given. Remember, the sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. If you add all the three angles of a triangle is what, children? 180 degrees. So if I add 40 plus A is equal to 180. Is it 40 plus A is equal to 180? This is what the beauty which is behind in this problem. So we have to find the value of A. Okay, now I am going to write the solution for that question. Okay, solution. Okay, I am going to take base angles. Okay, given what it is given, base angles are equal, right? Base angles are equal. Then vertex angle is 40 degree. Okay, this is what given in your question. Next, I am going to take, let the base angle be A. I am going to take that base angle as what A. Okay, this is what A I have taken. This is A and this is also A. Okay. So what is the formula? Sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. Okay, sum of three angles of a triangle is what, children? 180 degrees. So I am going to add all the three sides. So what is, first is your vertex angle plus one base angle plus another base angle is equal to 180. 40 vertex angle, this is one base angle, this is another base angle is 180. Now 40 plus A is 2A, right? Is it correct? A plus A, children, what is A plus A? 2A. Okay, x plus A is, x plus x is 2x. So A plus A is 2A. How many A's I have added? 2 A's I have added. So 2A equal to 180. So this is what your equation. Now actually what you should find, you need to find the value of A. So I am bringing this 40 towards the next side. 2A equal to 180 minus 40. 2A is equal to 180 minus 40 is what? 140. Now I have to find the value of A. So I am bringing this 2 towards the next side. So A is equal to 140 degree divided by 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 sevens are 70. So A value is what, children? 70 degree. If this is 70, A is 70, this angle is also 70 degree. Is it correct? If this is 70 degree, this is also 70 degree. So what is the value of A? 70 degree. Therefore, the base angles be 70 degree. This is very important because I have to find the base angle in this question. So A value is what? 70 degree. So what we have taken as A as base angle. So therefore the base angles be 70 degree. Both the angles will be 70 degree. Understood, children? Next is your C problem. Okay, it is little bit different when compared to others. Okay, C problem. Sachin scored twice as many as Rahul. So what they are saying? Sachin scores twice as many as Rahul. Okay, Sachin score will be twice as Rahul score. That is a concept. Okay, together their runs fell two shots of a double century. But when if I am going to add Sachin's and Rahul's score, if I add Sachin's and Rahul's score, their total score will be 2 runs less than the double century. What is a double century? 200 runs, right? So in 200 runs, 2 runs if you less it, what is the total? 198. So Sachin's and Rahul's, if I add it, they will get total score of 198 runs. Okay, so what they are saying, children? Sachin's score is twice the Rahul score. This is what the equation. Then they are saying that together their runs. When I calculate both of them's runs together, 2 runs fell to short of a double century, which means 2 runs less than the double century. So 198. How many runs did each one score? So I have to find the value of Sachin's score also, Rahul's score also. Okay, so if I take Rahul's as x means Sachin's will be 2x, right? Because twice the Rahul's. If Rahul is x score means Sachin will be 2x, because if I substitute here, Sachin is equal to 2 into Rahul is what actually x. Upper x. So Sachin is equal to 2x. So this is what your thing. So if I substitute here, Sachin is how much? 2x plus Rahul is how much? X is equal to 198. So this is what your equation, where you can find the answer for that. Okay, now I am going to write this solution. See, before writing the solution, if you write like this, you will get an idea. Then using this idea, you can write the solution. Okay. Okay, I am going to take, let the Rahul score be x. Okay, I'm going to take Rahul's score as x. Then by the condition given, what is the condition given? Sachin's score will be 2x, is it? Because I have taken Rahul's score as x, then by the given condition Sachin scored twice as many as Rahul, we are writing Sachin's score will be 2x. So by the condition given, the equation how we are framing? Sachin plus Rahul equal to 198. Appo Sachin is how much? 2x plus Rahul is how much? X is equal to 198. This is what your equation. Okay, 2x plus x is equal to 198. You can see this and you can write it. 2x plus x is how much? 3x is equal to 198. In this, what you should find? You should find the value of x, right? So what you will bring that side? I will bring this 3 towards next side. Okay, I'm going to write it in the next page. X is equal to 198 divided by 3. X is equal to 198 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3. 6 3s are 18. 1 6 3s are 18. So x is equal to what, children? 66. Okay, I find the value of x. So actually, what is the Rahul score? Rahul score is x. So Rahul score is how much? 66 runs. Now Sachin score is how much? 2x, right? Sachin score is how much, children? 2x, because see here I have written Sachin score will be 2x. Appo 2 into 66. 2 into 66. 66 into 2, 6 2s are 12, 6 2s are 12, 13. So how much Sachin score is how much? 132 runs. If I add now Rahul's and Sachin's score, I will get 198 runs. So our answer is correct. Okay, so I have find the value of Rahul's and Sachin. Okay, this is how you should find it, because Sachin's score is twice the Rahul's score. So Rahul's score, if I take it as x, means Sachin's will be 2x. So if I add both of them, it is 198. Understood? Next is your third problem. Solve the following. In the third problem also, we are going to solve that equation and we are going to find the solution for that given equation using the given statements. Okay, what they are saying? Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marble Permit has. See, this problem we have already discussed, but when we are discussing about this problem, we have just framed the equation. We didn't solve it, but here we are going to frame the equation, then we are going to solve it. Okay, what they are saying? Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the Permit. Okay, 5 times the marbles Permit has. Irfan says that 7 marbles more than means always plus 5 times the marbles Permit has. Irfan has 37 marbles. So how many marbles does Irfan has? 37 is equal to 7 plus 5p. How many marbles does Permit have? We have to find it. Okay, I told you we have to find the marbles that Permit is having. So let that will be a variable. Okay, which you don't know can be taken as a variable. So I'm going to write the solution for that question. Let the marbles that Permit has. What will be that variable I am taking? Let the marble that Permit has will be, okay, I am going to take that as p. Okay, I am going to take that value as p. So by the given condition, by the given condition, the equation be 37 is equal to 7 plus 5p. Okay, because Irfan is having 7 marbles more than means plus 5 times the Parmit has. Parmit, let the marbles that Parmit has be p. Okay, I have taken that as p. I have to find the value of how many marbles that Parmit is having. So I am bringing the 7 towards next side. 37 minus 7 is equal to 5 into p. 37 minus 7 is what? 30 equal to 5p. I just want the value of p, so I am bringing this 5 towards next side. 30 divided by 5 equal to p. 5 ones are 5, 5 6 are. So 6 is equal to p, or you can write p is equal to 6. So what is the p value here, children? P is equal to 6. So what is the p value which we have taken? P value is nothing but marbles that Parmit is having. Therefore, the marbles that Parmit has be 6 marbles. Okay. So how many marbles that Parmit is having totally? He is having 6 marbles. Understood? Next I am going to teach you about the third subdivision. Second subdivision is your homework. Actually the second subdivision we have already framed the equation. We have to just solve it. Okay. Just read the question and frame an equation correctly and you can solve the problem. See, third problem, third subdivision. People of Sundaraham planted trees in the village garden. Okay. In some area the people have planted the trees in a village garden. Some of the trees were fruit trees. Okay, some trees will give you the fruits. The number of non-fruit trees, okay, non-fruit trees were 2 more than means 2 plus 3 times the number of fruit trees. 3 times the number of fruit trees. Okay, what they are saying? The non-fruit trees is 2 more than 3 times the fruit trees. What was the number of fruit trees planted? You should find the number of fruit trees. F you should find it. What was the number of fruit trees planted? If the number of non-fruit trees planted was 77. So how many non-fruit trees are there? 77 is equal to 2 plus 3f. Okay, this is what your equation. Now shall I write the solution for that given equation? Yes. Okay, now I am going to write given what it is given. Number of non-fruit trees is what? Number of non-fruit trees planted be 77. The number of non-fruit trees is 77. Okay. Let the number of fruit trees planted be x. I am going to take the number of fruit trees planted as x. Okay, I have taken it as x. Okay, children. By the given condition given, the equation be, what will by the condition given, what is the equation be? 77 is equal to 2 plus 3 into x. Okay, because what they are saying, the number of non-fruit trees is equal to 2 more than 3 times the fruit trees. Fruit trees is x, non-fruit trees is 77. So actually what you should find here? You should find the value of x. So I am bringing this 2 towards next side. 77 minus 2 is equal to 3x. 77 minus 2 is equal to 75 equal to 3x. I just want to find the value of x. So I am bringing this 3 towards next side. 75 divided by 3 is equal to x. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, remainder 3 5s are. What is the value I am getting, children? 25 is equal to x, or x is equal to 25. I just got the value of this x. So what is actually the value of x, children? The number of fruit trees. Okay, therefore number of fruit trees planted be 25. Actually I have found out the number of fruit trees planted be 25. So non-fruit trees be 75, fruit trees be 25. Then your fourth problem is your homework. Fourth problem is just a riddle. Okay, what they are saying, I am a number, tell my identity. They are saying I am one number, I don't know what that number is. Okay, so I have taken that number as x. Okay, I have taken that. Now I am a number means I have taken that number as x. Take me 7 times over. So I have to take 7 times over means I have to multiply with this number 7 times. Suppose 7x. And add a 50. And add 50. Okay, to reach a triple century. Okay, so what I should get? If I add these two, I should get a triple century. Triple century means what? 300. You still need 40. So you still need 40 means you should still add 40. Okay, what they are saying, I am a number, take me 7 times over. 7 times over means 7x. Then add 50, so plus 50. To reach a triple century, you should, if you want to reach triple century, you should even add 40. So plus 40. So this is what your equation for that riddle. Just solve this equation. Okay, children. Today's class we have discussed exercise 4.4. Just read the question and frame the equation and solve the equation. I have given 2 problems as your homework. Actually, this is your last exercise of this chapter, children. So by the end of this chapter, you should know how to frame the equation and how to solve the equation in both transposing method as well as balancing method. I hope you all understood, children. Thank you.